Hey guys, it's Beth and welcome back to my channel, and today is Finish It Friday. So I didn't finish as much this week. I didn't get as much done this week as I have in prior weeks. I don't know if I was just focused on other things or what, but I did get a few things. This one project's not finished, but at least I got the stuff that I had pulled together for it, kind of put together, and it's just ready to finish off, and then I did get some more pages done. So this first project is another journal, and I will show you how the journal started here with a quick picture. And I wanted to make a journal. If you can't tell by the name of my channel, Bourbon Creek Crafts, my husband and I love bourbon. We've named our kind of homestead, land, property, whatever, Bourbon Creek. And then, you know, we enjoy going down to Kentucky and doing the bourbon distillery tours and whatnot. So I wanted to make a journal to kind of document all of those like random weekend trips that we make. And so this is, I wanted to make it big enough so that it can fit, you know, like pictures and brochures and different things, and that would, you know, we could include mini trips in here. So I took the box, trimmed off all of the flaps, and then just left the one side attached to the front and back of the box. And so I liked it because it pretty much formed a binder at that point. And so I just took some black wood grain paper from my stash and attached it to the box. So I laid the box flat and pretty much put score tape all over the outside of the box, and then put my paper down on it, and then kind of folded it over the insides, and then I added some heavy duty cardstock, and it kind of bent here a little bit because I was trying to make it a sturdier binder. So the cardstock didn't do very well in the center here, but I added a layer. Actually, it's like two different layers that kind of overlap here in the middle of heavy duty black cardstock, and then I just added some other thicker patterned paper on the inside of the binder because I was trying to, the cardboard wasn't very thick and I didn't want it to like sag, so I was trying to beef it up a little bit. So that is my binder kind of in a nutshell. And then I'm working on the inserts. I haven't decided, I haven't put these in yet because I think I may want to do a third. I don't know, I'm trying to decide. But basically I just went through my stash and pulled out a bunch of papers that kind of met that rustic vibe that I was looking for. I included some vellum, some smaller pieces, an envelope. This is some old ledger paper, some cardstock that I turned into like a little pocket. So just a bunch of different, this is just some old like drawing paper, I think is what it was. And this was actually from an old, it wasn't an actual, like the real old catalog, it was a replica of an old catalog, so I didn't really feel bad about tearing out a page. But I picked one that had a barn and barrels on it, even though it's for paint, it's, you know, bourbon barrels. So just a bunch of different things, some old graph paper, grid paper from my dad. And then we're on to the back side. This was inspired by Sarah at Crafting and Relaxing, and all of her little fold outs and tip outs in her journal that she showed, the last journal that I saw of hers. And so I made sure to add some of these in. This is some old notepad paper that I found at my dad's. And I think there was, that might have been it of the kind of interesting stuff. So the same deal in the other signature here, just some paper. Actually, this one has an atlas map of the state of Kentucky, but the back side was California. Something weird. And so I just covered that with another patterned paper. because I did want to include the Kentucky map in here. And this vellum is super cool. It's like a wood grain vellum, and that actually came in a clearance pack from Hobby Lobby. So again, similar types of paper, just some different patterns in this one. Another catalog paper. This one's about elixirs and medicinal liquids. This is another type of old drawing paper. Another like notepad from an old funeral home in my hometown. So yeah, just used a whole bunch of papers up from my stash. Here's the other side of the map, and again, I covered that one with some pattern paper, and then I had a scrap of this that I put on the inside of my binder, so I just stuck it on the inside of this back page here. So like I said, I think I may add one more signature. I don't know, because I know once I start adding ephemera and stuff in here that it will bulk up, so I just decided to sit on that for a while and kind of figure out where I want to go next, but at least I have all of it put together, and this did use up a nice chunk. I mean, look at all that nice chunk of paper from my stash. And whatever I cut down, because I think my binder is about 8 1/4, so whatever I cut down to make my 8-inch pages here, I am using throughout as like the little short pages like this, or I'm going to make pockets or decorate the plain white pages, or make some tags and things. So all of that will get used. So, but I'm excited to have a start on this project. It's been sitting on my desk in one of my iris bins for a while, so I'm excited to work on that some more. So I'm going to zoom you out a little bit. The next thing I focused on this week was I'm trying to finish up my 2012 photos, getting them scrapbooked. I'm almost done. I only have a few more pages worth left to put in for my daughter's albums, and then I'm done with 2012. So again, I totally think that's doable by the end of June. But here's what I worked on this week, and these are all from a trip to Orlando that we took back in June of 2012. Ellie was 18 months at the time, and it was her very first flight. I was pregnant with Avery. My husband had a conference at a hotel near Disney. I don't think it was an official Disney hotel. And so we thought Ellie and I would tag along. We thought it'd be fun. We could hang out by the pool, like go do some exploring. And it rained like most of the day, every single day. So definitely wasn't the trip that we expected, but still it was fun and it was nice to get away. And I did use I always forget to show you the page sketches that I use, but I did use one on just about every one of these pages because I was trying to get through them quickly. And if I don't use a sketch, then I fiddle forever. So this is, I don't have a name attached to it, but I will link all of the page sketches below. But I just kind of have all of my sketches in my Pinterest board sorted by number of photos. So when I have 2 photos, I know I can go to that particular folder within my Pinterest board and can just kind of go through those layouts and find one that works for the size or the orientation of the photos that I have. So I liked this one because obviously it had one horizontal and one vertical. And then it just used up a really old piece of paper from my stash as well as some other stickers. And this is an old 3D tag that's been in my stash for a while as well. So this next one there's a sketch for this one too. And I don't print out my page sketches like I do my card sketches because I don't use the page sketches as often. So I just leave them on my Pinterest board, and then that way they're sorted by the number of pictures. And then I just download, kind of save the picture to my photo albums on my phone and just reference them from there. So this is another one that I used from Creative Memories, and I liked it because it had 2 vertical. And I did change it up a little bit. But so here, this was the one day we were able to get in the pool. the one day out of like the 6 that we were there. And so I just thought it was funny because Ellie's rocking her sunglasses and swimsuit cover up. So I just used some kind of pink glittery stickers from my stash for the title, Pool Diva. This is some adhesive foam, glitter adhesive foam rickrack. These are some old, really old P-ink letter sticker, or letter, yeah, alphabet stickers that I had in my stash. And then I ended up, for some reason, I don't have a lot of like swimming summer fun embellishments left. I need to get some of those. So I found in an old Scrapping for Less kit some little cutouts here, or die cut pieces essentially, and so I just managed to put those on and then accented with some more little circles that came off of this sticker sheet, and then have my journaling down here at the bottom. So the next sketch is kind of talks about what Ellie and I did while Sean was at his conference every day, and we were trying to save money. We were very budget conscious at that point because I had just started staying home. Like I had quit my job and was staying home. So during the day when Sean would go to his conference, Ellie and I would have breakfast in our room. Like we had gone to the grocery and got some like fruit cups, I think we had a mini fridge, so we got some yogurts and oatmeal and juice and just some other odds and ends that her and I could have for breakfast, because Sean got his breakfast free. So we'd have breakfast in the room every morning, and then because it was raining, we were kind of limited to just hanging around the inside of the hotel. Luckily, it had a convention center attached. So what I talk about here is that after breakfast, we'd go explore the hotel, and Ellie's favorite thing to do, and she would just do it for hours if we let her, was ride the escalator in the conference center up and down, up and down. So that's what we did in the morning. So then we'd come back for a nap, and then we'd eat some lunch in our room as well, either something that we had on hand, or we'd go down to, like, they had a little store, deli type market in the hotel, so we'd grab something and eat from there as well. But so it was pretty much her and I all day, so we just kind of wanted to document that. And then afternoons, if we could sneak outside in between rain showers, we would. Otherwise, we'd play some games or color or read or watch some cartoons and nap again. And since I was pregnant with Avery and dealing with morning sickness, I was more than happy to rest and nap with her. So long story, but I'd used a sketch for this one as well because of the 2 horizontal and the 2 vertical. And this is a Sweet Kate Designs sketch. I just liked how the pictures kind of weaved. I ended up kind of bunching all mine together so I didn't have that gap there in the center. But I didn't really know what type of embellishments to use on here, so I ended up just keeping it very simple, like this turquoise background, black letter stickers, and then white and black vinyl dots that I had in my stash. So the next, it's a 2-page layout here, this next one, and we were close to Disney, so we could go to we didn't buy Disney tickets just because we knew Sean was going to be in conference most of the time, and Ellie was too young to really remember Disney anyway. But we did go to downtown Disney a lot in the evening. So this is just documenting our adventures into downtown Disney. And I used a sketch for this one only to figure out my photo layout. I didn't really use anything else from the sketch, like as far as the embellishments, but I really liked the photo grouping for the 6 pictures. So that's how I kind of started with, that's all I used from the sketch just to give me a starting point, a jumping off point. So I tapped into one of the Disney themed items that I've got in my warehouse box kits from Echo Park. I have like 2 collection kits, 12 by 12 pad and a 6 by 6 pad and some ephemera. And they're all like the different lines, like they've come out at different times, but all of the colors coordinated wonderfully. So I kind of tapped into some different things here. This is a cut apart from, I think the 12 by 12, no, this was from one of the collection kits. The striped paper here is from the 12 by 12 pad. And then I just backed this on some red to help it pop. I had some Disney stickers in my stash from a Disney album I'd made for Sean's cousins several years ago, and it just happened to be that they were there in 2012, and so I had some stickers that had 2012 Disney on it, so I utilized those. So use some letter stickers for downtown, and then used a Disney sticker just so that it's to note that it's downtown Disney. This is a paperclip bow that I just took the paperclip off of from Echo Park from one of the Disney lines. This was just a random little cut apart in my stash, and then I used some stars from another Disney sticker pack, as well as some enamel stickers from another Disney sticker pack. This was, I think, from the 12 by 12 pad, this cut apart was. And so I just added, it had the balloons, and then I just added the little Mickey ears here, and then the Mickey balloon here. And then these were from these were from the ephemera pack that I had, and so I just kind of pulled those out, added those up here with some yellow baker's twine, and then took an enamel Mickey ears, kind of popped it up so that it looked like it was also hanging from that string. So that was fun. And then the last layout I did was for our adventure into the Legoland store. It wasn't even really Legoland, it was like the Legoland store. And I didn't have any Lego ephemera. I don't know how many people do, but I did have some Lego images on my silhouette in my library. So I just used some yellow cardstock and some red cardstock and cut out the little Lego bricks, and it comes in pieces, like it's just the rectangle, and then you add the circles onto it, and then I just used a white gel pen to add the little shine spot on it. And then just because it was plain and I didn't have a whole lot else to add, I did come in, use that same white gel pen just to kind of make some lines around my page here. And then this was just some scraps from the Disney paper I'd used on Sean's Cousins album. Added some white cardstock circles that were already punched in my stash, and then a little enamel sticker from the Disney. So not a whole lot on this one, but these were fun, and definitely it was a nice change of pace to document these. So, and again, I'm glad because it gets me closer to being done with 2012. So we have 6 layouts here that I did this week along with my journal. But that's what I have. Hopefully you guys are, I know some of you have been inspired to pull out some of your old, either the UFOs or the WIPs, work in progress, unfinished objects that you all have laying around. And I hope you guys have been inspired to pull those out and work on those a little bit. I thank you guys so much for letting me share these projects with you over these last several Fridays. We've got one more Friday to go. It will technically be in July, but it will cover the last part of June. So I will do one more episode in the series to finish it Fridays. But I thank you guys for letting me share these with you, and I think it just helps hold me accountable and stay focused on using these up. So I really appreciate your guys' support and encouragement and following along with me. So I hope you guys are having a great start to your summer and that you're having a crafty day, and we'll talk to you later.